hope I didn't let you down, 'cause it's too late to make a change. You lived 100 lives before me, so self-involved to think that I could hold that weight like a mother to them all. With your arms stretched open wide, I hope you hear that heaven's call. I hope they're letting you inside. Like I remember, with all that sunshine on your face. I let you sit there without talking. You let me sit there in your shade. Let me dream about the future, all the plans we had to make. I hope I'm wrong about the after, and these are not your final days. You said I'm right, but I couldn't, I didn't have the heart. I was scared of dying, I couldn't, I didn't have the heart. So sad it's waiting, your true paradise. I didn't have a heart, so I lied just to not see you cry. Yeah, I did have the heart. The world will go on spinning. Another day, another scene, and I'll be left with just a memory. And yesterday will be a dream. I'll be looking out there for you. All they see is empty space. Space you left reminds me you don't have to say goodbye. You said I'm right, but I couldn't, I didn't have
live for World Cafe. That's Lucius with Final Days. It's the opening track from their new self-titled album. I'm Raina Douris. Holly Lasik and Jess Wolf of Lucius are my guests today. Holly, Jess, welcome back to the World Cafe.
Thank you so much.
Watching you sing that song, watching you sing all the songs, it looks like you're really enjoying it. I know you've been on tour a bit now for this album. Holly, let's start with you. Could you talk about performing that song live?
Yeah, it's the first song of our set, and it's one of our favorites to play. It's energetic, and it's a really fun way to open the set.
Yeah. Maybe you can talk about how it sets the tone for the whole record, because it is the opening track to the album too.
Yeah, the album is about domesticity, being at home, and the song was written basically in Holly's backyard with a tree that had to be cut down. And Holly knew that they were going to have to cut down the tree, and so she started writing the lyrics. I feel funny saying all of this about your experience, but the night before the tree was to be cut down, like knowing what was coming and knowing that the tree didn't know what was coming.
Oh,
and in writing that, bringing it to me and us working on the song, it evolved into, more of the human experience. But it just felt like the beginning of the record from the time the song was finished.
Yeah. Even though it is a tree, there's something relatable there.
Yeah.
Like something's coming, but you don't know what it is.
And it's like life cycles,
Yeah.
The whole album is about, those life cycles and deaths and births and setting roots. And so it feels apt, yeah.
But I know you didn't start the project with a concept or a theme in mind. When you are starting a new album, what are those early conversations like when you're sort of figuring out what you're making?
Well, I think for this one, it was clear that we just wanted to write. We just wanted to write, and what came was going to be the album.
Yeah.
And, naturally, in writing around the same time, and all of us sort of living in parallel experiences right now, setting down roots again, and having planting gardens and having babies, and it was easy to relate to each other in the songwriting room, in the studio. And I don't know.
Yeah, we just relied on that, making it cohesive. And didn't think about it too much.
Jess, in an interview I was listening to before you guys went on tour, you said, we've been working really hard to create a world that people can escape into. And maybe you were talking about the live show. I'm not sure if it was about the album or the live show, but why is that important to you, to give people a world to escape into?
Well, Holly and I come from creative families, and I grew up in the theater, and having, an escape, still relatable, it's still real, but having something that you can just journey off to, and something sort of magical about it. And, our visual is obviously very theatrical as well. So it goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's innately human to play. It's like little kids love to pretend, and it's play, and it's fun, and we always joke that our closet, which is Jess's attic, is like a seven-year-old's dream
come true.
That sounds actually, yeah. I feel like it's. I am not 7, and I still would like to go in there.
Exactly. So, yeah, we're all there.
I guess I should ask you, since this is for the radio, people might not be able to see you. Could you describe because you're both in costume, they match. Could one of you describe what the costume is for us?
It's got household items kind of embroidered on it. There's toilet paper here, lawn
It's like a bright red cape.
Yeah.
Bright red fringed cape.
Mm-hmm.
Bright red fringed dress underneath the cape, and red tights and red go-go boots. Got little French bobs and a cat eye.
I like the little curled up dogs.
Yeah.
Really cute. But it all plays into the home kind of.
Totally.
Yeah, the theme of the record, and we always dress, if not exactly alike, then very much cohesively, which is because we sing as one voice, and we always wanted to dress the sound so that when you see us, you see us the way you hear us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm speaking with Holly and Jess of Lucius right now on World Cafe. We're going to hear you perform another song, and then we'll come back and we'll talk more about making the record. The next song we're going to hear is Gold Rush. What can you tell us about it before we hear it? Holly.
Oh, I mean, it's a fun, groovy song to sing to and move to.
It's very catchy. This is Gold Rush. It's Lucius live for the World Cafe.
Heart of gold, heart in a cast. Happy times, times when we're sad. I'll never leave. Strong in mind, weak in the knees. Easy go, so hard to please. I'll never leave. No such love, too much to prove. So much love, too much to lose. I'll never leave. Ask me why, leave me alone. Push and pull, feels right at home. I'll never leave. Sugar rushes, honey tight and long. Oh, you got something sweet with gold. Till the end, right from the start. Act your age, stay young at heart. I'll never leave. You and me, paving the way. Dreams come true, or the mundane. I wanna see. I'll never leave. Sugar rushes, honey tight and long.
Lucius, live for the World Cafe. I'm Raina Douris. Holly and Jess of Lucius are my guests today. That was called Gold Rush, and it's from their new self-titled album. Last time you were here on World Cafe, we were talking about your 2022 album, Second Nature, which was produced by Brandi Carlile and Dave Cobb and was kind of more of a dance-centric sort of record. This is a shift in a few different ways. One of those ways is that you didn't bring in outside producers this time. Your drummer and multi-instrumentalist, I guess, Dan Milad produced it. And you two and Dan did most, if not all, of the songwriting. Why did you want to bring it back to the core band for this album?
Yeah, we had just recorded the 10-year anniversary record for Wild Woman, our first record. And we were just reminded of how special it is when it's just us in a room making music and revisiting the sort of the way that the band not just sounds, but how we interact with one another. And I think, having toured as much as we do and being away from home and all those things, having all been in this place where we're setting roots and finding our ground in our individual lives and also together, it just made for a really natural, setting. Like it was just what we needed, and because of that, it feels the most like us, which is why we named it after us.
Yeah, after you.
Yeah.
I mean, when you went back to Wild Woman, were there things after revisiting an album in detail again after a while?
Yeah.
Were there things in there that were eye-opening for you? Things that you maybe hadn't thought about in a long time, or were kind of like a surprise to when you really dug into it again?
Yeah, I mean, some of the songs we went track by track, and you forget over time. You sing it so many times, you perform it so many times, and things shift without you even kind of noticing. And so when you go back to the original 10 years later, it's like, oh, that's the harmony. I'm singing something completely different now. But because of that, because we got to workshop these songs live for so many years and see what connected and see what worked, I think we brought some of that back to those recordings in its new form. So that was really fun.
And even though you were returning to kind of that core group for the new album, are there things in your song process that you noticed had changed in those years between Wild Woman and Lucius, the self-titled record?
I mean, I think just experience and life having been lived, and knowing ourselves and each other all the more better. So
Yeah.
that.
I'll quickly reintroduce you if you're just joining us. I'm speaking to Holly and Jess of Lucius. Their new album is called Lucius, and they're my guests on World Cafe today. So while the band was really driving this whole thing and doing it your own way, you did bring in a whole bunch of collaborators. You have Taylor Goldsmith, Madison Cunningham, Adam Granasil. What makes a great collaborator, in your opinion?
Someone who has a different vision than your own. Someone who sees, a musical landscape that you wouldn't see. And therefore, there's so much to explore in each other and to bring to each other's sort of, craft.
Yeah.
And we've been so fortunate to do a lot of collaborating. Our whole careers have been spent collaborating with each other and with other artists. So we're very fortunate that we have been able to experience so many musical worlds.
Yeah, I love that. A musical landscape that they see a different musical landscape than you can see. That's a really beautiful way to think about that. And I mean, I'm glad you brought that up. I was going to say, you have a very extensive Rolodex at this point. There are lots of people you could work with. How do you choose? How do you narrow that down?
I think they've come about, a lot of them have come about quite naturally. Like in this record, I mean, we decided to do a writing session with Madison and our friend Ethan. And so we ended up writing a song. Initially, it wasn't like we hadn't decided who we were writing for or anything like that. We just wrote this song, and loved it and wanted to record it, and of course have Maddie on it because we had already it actually is quite close to the original, that we had written it in the room. And so that came about naturally. We had done stuff with Adam before, and had done some shows and touring with them.
Yeah, we sang on his records.
Yeah, and I Don't Live Here
I Don't Live Here anymore. And, when we were working on old tape, it very much felt like inspired by the band. And so it was only natural to bring him in. He's a dear friend.
Did you write the song first and then get him on it? And
Yeah.
so why was this the one that you were like, Adam needs to be on this one?
It was driving. It had like a really strong guitar riff, and we were actually about to go on tour with them as well. We did a big tour last fall with War on Drugs and the National, and so there were a lot of parts that were drawing us in that direction.
This performance is so awesome. This is Lucius, old tape, performed live for the World Cafe. recorded live for the World Cafe. That's Old Tape from Lucius. It's a song from their new self-titled album. Holly and Jess of Lucius are here with me. I'm Raina Douris. So you're on tour right now. You obviously are both singing every night and then sometimes during the day for stuff like this. You're doing interviews, you're talking. How do you take care of your voices?
That's a good question. And we both have babies on tour with us.
Yes.
So I will note that we are on very limited sleep schedules right now. And, normally at this time I'm napping when the baby does.
Yeah.
It's hard. I have a warm up that I do every day, and I really have to be diligent about not talking, and certainly not going to loud restaurants or stuff like that. I mean, there's just things that you have to do to preserve both your energy and your instrument.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it fun,
Yeah.
and I have to drink a whole lot of water.
Yeah.
Like,
I think just making our rest days as restful as possible. Napping when babies nap and that kind of thing, and not taking every ounce of rest we can.
Yeah.
Is the best thing for the voice. So
Yeah.
we're trying.
But we can't do like a late in the day nap, because then your voice has to wake up again. So once
really?
we're up for the day and singing, that's it.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's true. Like when I wake up and I have to talk in an interview or on air in the morning, it does sound a little like it's a gross word, crustier. But I guess I had never thought about that. Like if you're taking a nap and you have to get up, how long does it take for it to come back full strength?
No, it takes for me several hours. So if we have any kind of radio or session, it's at least 3 hours that I'm awake beforehand just to get my voice to a normal zone, and including the warm up. But it is something you have to be diligent about.
Yeah, I bet. Have you had a situation? Maybe not on this tour. Hasn't been that long yet. But have you had a situation where one of you has lost your voice completely
Yeah.
before a show? What do you do?
I'm gonna cancel a show.
Okay, so what's maybe the question is where you can still sing, but it feels like you're on the brink.
Right.
What do you do?
And the other person usually overcompensates. Luckily, we sing together, so
Yeah.
we can kind of take care of one another. We can
Yeah.
swap parts if we
Yeah.
have to. If someone's taking a more aggressive role in the song, but it's hard. I mean, we both are needed for that sound.
Yeah. You mentioned you both have kids on the road with you, and I know that people listening, especially people with young children, are probably wondering, how does that work? Kids on the tour bus. Touring can be intense without kids around. How do you make that work? How do you balance it all?
I mean, you just figure it out and you make it work. We've got like a portable collapsible bathtub that we bring to the green room for bath time before, between sound check and show. We've got a little like clamp on high chair that clamps onto the little table on the bus. That's where the babies can eat. So we've got all kinds of little tricks and
Sharing things, which will be easier once mine's a little bit older, but
you learn new tricks all the time.
Can you give us an example of a trick you've learned, a parenting trick you've learned from being on the road?
Well, the bus is sort of like a sound machine, which is nice. So they do sleep generally pretty well. At this moment, they're like, mine is 6 months and Holly's is a year. And so they're sort of on different, she's on 2 naps a day. We're still on 3 naps a day. So it's a bit of a jigsaw. We share a nanny. I don't know. It's just,
We've got like these hanging shoe organizers, and you put all the baby clothes and toiletries and all the things in them, and you just roll them up, put them in your suitcase, and then when you get on the bus, you hang them up, unroll them, and hang them up, and then you can just roll them back up and stick them in your suitcase when you go to the hotel or whatever, and nothing ever moves. So that makes things a lot easier. Than,
TikTok tricks.
Yeah, oh, yes.
Yeah, all the tricks. So it's good.
I mean, of course, there are going to be challenges bringing kids on the road with you, but are there positive things that you've noticed, like within the band dynamic, that have come out of having kids around that maybe you didn't expect?
Oh yeah, levity. You just have to be present,
Yeah.
and for better or for worse, you can't really think about things that are just not important. Actually, I mean, it's definitely for better. I was just thinking about what's going on in the world and how daunting it feels and how heavy it can be. And I think I am saved by the fact that there's a little one there that needs me in order to survive. And I'm just focused there. I think, and I think for the whole band, actually, it just brings a certain levity, a certain lightness
Yeah.
to the room. Because there's little babies. Who doesn't love a little baby? They're very cute.
Yeah.
There is a gap in the age between your kids. Once you both had them, did you find it brought you closer?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think there's just an understanding.
Yeah. I'm not the only one on the bus with a baby anymore. Our guitar player has one too. So it's nice, like having, you can have a child around all the time, but it's not the same because it's like once you're a parent, you're carrying an emotional weight, a mental weight, like a lot of loads that aren't seen. So when you share that with your friends and they can like really know it, it's nice. It's a nice feeling.
Sometimes for women, there's a fear that being a mom or having a baby around might make people see you differently, or might mean like a reduced level of freedom. And I think that might be even magnified if you're somebody in the public, in like a performing arts kind of role. Was that something you thought about before you had kids in this job?
I mean, no, not really. Freedom. I don't think I realized the time management portion of the baby. That is a real challenge, but not as far as like how we would look. I mean, luckily I think we're just have an audience base who is there along with us for the most part, or just supportive of whatever it is that we choose. But, we're not slowing down. So it's not really changing. It changes how we write. It changes how we see the world. It changes all these emotional things, but it doesn't change how we output or how we connect with our audience. And so I don't think so. Hopefully not.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds fun, to be honest. The bus sounds fun. And it sounds like it makes it a richer kind of experience for everybody.
Definitely.
In so many of the interviews that I've read, and in this one we've talked about this, you talk about home, coming home to yourselves as a band, settling into home with your gardens and your dogs and your kids. Home can mean a lot of different things. What does the word home mean to each of you? Jess, you want to start?
I'll let Holly start.
Oh, I guess family. Family feels like home. And I mean, that could even be our band family, like this record feels like home. It feels like an in-body experience. I don't know how else to say it, but very grounded.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that would be my answer. I don't know.
Yeah, just to add to that, I think just something lived in, something that feels familiar and something that feels connected, and warm. Yeah, something that we can all relate to on some level, even though there's varying degrees of all of it.
We have one more song to hear from you. I'm speaking with Holly and Jess of Lucius today. The last song we're going to hear perform is Hallways, and it sounds like a love song, but it's hard to tell if it's a romantic love song or a different kind of love. Could you give us some insight into what Hallways is about?
It is a love song, and it's like stress dreams and a love song, and yeah, I don't know, stress dreams, having anxiety, and then realizing like, oh, you're here, I'm fine, that kind of thing.
Yeah. This is Hallways, Lucius on World Cafe.
I will buy you flowers and put them in a crown. You rule my world, you make it melt. You make the songs out of the sounds. And every time I lose my mind, you never ask it to be found. You let it roam, you let it cry. You always let me come around. I'll always come around. I will put the work in, give it everything I got. 'Cause what we have is perfect, even when it's not. Like when I try to prove I'm right, you let me talk my way back out. You let it go, you let it die. You always let me come around. I'll come around. I can't see the ending from the start. Scared of what is swimming in the dark. I'm running through the hallways and I'll never find the right room. Then I wake up and you're right there. All I was looking for was you. I will make my mind up and change it every hour. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm a weed or I'm a flower. And you just kinda laugh it off and wait around to see it bloom. You say I'm a garden, that I'm more than just a two. Watch it bloom. I can't see the ending from the start. Scared of what is swimming in the dark. I'm running through the hallways and I never find the right room. Then I wake up and you're right there. All I was looking for was you, 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 you. I'm running through the hallways and I never find the right room. Then I wake up and you're right there. All I was looking for was you. All I was looking for was you. Looking for was you. All I was looking for was you. Deep are these valleys, deep and cutting our words these days. soft are the pastel downtown city skies. They look so pretty depending on the light. Hard are the moments we don't see eye to eye, and we're left longing to get back to you and I. Mad love, spinning around like a carousel in a storm. Slow it down, suddenly here I'm falling like falling in love again. Mad love, spinning around like a carousel in a storm. Slow it down, suddenly here I'm falling like falling in love again.
That was Lucius performing Mad Love on World Cafe. I know, Jess, you said you really enjoy singing this song. Mm-hmm. I think your words were, you love an emo ballad. Could you tell us about why, I guess the first question, why do you love singing this song?
It just sits in that certain range for us that just is easy to belt out and feels really emotional and good and cathartic. And I love that the four of us, you know, through a moment at home, were able to connect and write this song in the room all together. And it just feels, I don't know, it just feels good.
Take us into that room a little bit. What was it like writing it?
Oh. Oh, you want to elaborate?
Yeah, I mean, when we got together to write it, we had written a bunch of these songs in Danny's home studio, and like the beginning of the sessions would always start with talking about whatever's going on in the day. And so that day, one of us was having an issue with their partner, and we just were talking through it, and that's the song that kind of came out of it.
I've been speaking with Holly Lasik and Jess Wolf of Lucius today. It's been so great, Holly. Jess, thank you so much for being here.
It's a pleasure.
I'm Raina Douris, back in a moment with more World Cafe.